This is my first solo podcast. Welcome, guys. We're under a new name now, Parallel Boyz, and psych, my boy's here.
What's up?
Yeah, that motherfucker will never leave, and he's never gonna leave. All right, so.
Welcome to the Parallel Boyz podcast.
The Parallel Boyz.
Yeah, we
rebranded.
We rebranded so quickly, and it's just all of a sudden we didn't even think about it.
You know, it actually feels right.
It does.
Like it just makes more sense with us. Like the other one was like, what are we doing in the other one? You know,
we wanted a podcast that was a little, more. I think indulging to the older crowds, but I think knowing how our podcast is, we're pretty vulgar sometimes, and I think discussion was not what we were having.
I think we just wanted to stay neutral with the other name. We're like, we want to stay somewhere in the middle, but we just realized it doesn't make sense, especially for us.
It doesn't make sense for us.
Yeah, I think the Parallel Boyz is perfect.
I still don't understand what we're parallel about, but
I don't get that either. But you know what makes sense? This podcast makes sense.
I'm doing this podcast with my homie.
That's the only thing that makes sense. So the name doesn't even have to make sense. Just know that the Parallel Boyz came from a parallel discussion podcast. But I don't know where I'm going with this. But yeah. I think I had a thought and then it just vanished. You know what I mean? It just vanished.
How was your week? How's everything?
Everything's good, man. Everything's good. Just a lot of work at work. But other than that, just chilling with the homie every once in a while. Every chance I get.
We can.
I'm getting better at the American Truck Simulator.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, dude. Dude, apparently, so when you put on your high beams.
Yeah.
Dude, they flash you back. Like if you're in the road and they're coming towards you.
Oh yeah, because they're really high, dude.
Yeah, so they flash you, and then I was in for some reason every time I'm in New Mexico, they always fucking give me a ticket for having the high beams on. I don't know if that's a thing out there.
Why do you have high beams on?
It's hard to see at night, bro. When you're driving, it's fucking hard. So like if I have the low beams, you can only see I would say 20-30% of the road in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
At least with the high beams, I can at least see 40 to 45. You still don't have a big scope, so you're kind of just driving into darkness. You know what I mean? You're like, it's scary, bro. Because
all you see is the white lights ahead of you.
Fuck, dude.
You see the white lights. The white lines ahead of you, and you see nothing beyond that.
That actually reminds me. Hopefully, Piso Sweetheart is out there listening and he remembers this. But I remember when Marco. When we went to Texas, he used to turn off the light. He used to turn off the lights while he was driving in the middle of nowhere, and everybody's like, "Oh shit!"
That shit was fucking scary. No, you know what? Fuck that shit. I think that's the reason why I'm such a paranoid passenger.
He did that various times, and everybody's like, "Oh shit!"
I know he will ghost it, so he will turn off. So we're in the middle of nowhere, on the way to Texas, but I think we were in New Mexico and Arizona when this happened.
Yeah,
and it was middle of the night. We're maybe it wasn't even middle of the night. It's probably 9 o'clock, but it's in the middle of nowhere. There's no street lights, so it was just dark as fuck. And he will turn off the headlights, and it was just scary as fuck. You wouldn't know how far you're going.
But a drive to Texas, kind of taking your time, it's kind of like a 3-day drive. Right?
Well, if you take your time, yes, it's about 3 days. Yeah. No, not really. It's about maybe a day and a half.
No, dude, it took us 2 days to get there, kind of.
We got to El Paso, maybe within 13, 14 hours, maybe.
Yeah, it was.
I don't remember.
Tough. It was tough.
I honestly remember, but I remember we did have to stop at El Paso for a show, and then I think we did where else?
That show was funny. Every time we would get to a venue, you guys would be like, "Hey, this is our sound guy, dude. I didn't know shit." You know what I mean? It's funny because the guy that was in charge of the venue, he would always take me to the back to the soundboard, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't know what's going on here. You know what I mean?
You know what it was though? We didn't know we could bring anybody with us. We didn't know. We're just still brand new to the game. I mean, this is like 2008, and we had never been on tour.
Which one was the show where you guys did a show next to like an ice cream shop?
That was the one in El Paso, I think.
That was El Paso, right? You guys were right next to like an ice cream shop.
Yeah,
everybody was buying ice cream and then going next door.
Do you remember it was pretty day. I think we played during the day too. It was like maybe like 6 o'clock that we played or something like that.
Dude, yeah. It wasn't that night.
Yeah, it was pretty early.
It was pretty early.
Yeah,
I remember that.
The sun was still out. And I remember they had this ice cream called leche quemada. Man, I still remember the taste of it. And every time I see it like in different ice cream shops, I have it, and it's not the same.
I don't remember that.
Never.
What is it like? It's like ice cream or?
Yeah, it just tastes like burnt milk. Have you?
But it's not horchata.
Huh?
It's not horchata.
No, that's what every time I have it, that's what kind of tastes like. But I remember the taste so specifically not being like horchata. It's just really fucking good, and I never had it again.
Yeah, damn man, it's been such a long time.
But good memories though, for sure.
Really good memories. Remember that one bar that just let us drink and we're like underage? We're like 16, 17?
No, I was 18 already because I had graduated high school already. Oh. You already had graduated too.
Oh yeah, but we're still underage to drink.
No,
right?
Yeah, we're underage.
Yeah. So we were 18. We're 18, and then everybody was drinking, and then I remember we got to this bar, and I think they were already closed.
You know, I think at the time the only ones available who could have drank were Marco, Jose, and Pisto Sweetheart. And I think Cheech, but as our trumpet player. But I think they were the only old like ones who were 21 and older at the time.
Damn.
That
was a fucking journey, man. That was more than 10 years ago. Way more than 10 years.
Yeah, way more than 10 years.
So it's 2008 to 2018. That's 10, 19. Oh, sorry, guys. I'm counting with my fingers. I never graduated it. So
graduated it?
Yeah, so it's 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So fucking 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's such a long time.
Holy shit, how time flies. Huh?
I know. I think about how long I've been playing music now, and I guess can't even wrap my head around it too, because I don't want to do the math. It just makes me feel way older. But yeah, dude.
So watch out for Lalo's solo album. Is coming out pretty soon. You know, it's about time if he's been doing that for years.
30 years in the
making. Put out a fucking a solo album
for sure. 30 years in the making.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, man. I got a stressful last week.
Oh yeah, you want to tell us about it? Or not really?
I don't really want to talk about it, but I do just want to give the reason why I'm still in town. I should have already been out of town. I probably, but I got a really big dose of reality when it came to working at the spot I got a job at. But I'll tell you this, man, those truckers, if you guys see truckers out there, like, fucking respect those fools, because these fools are grinding up and down. You think driving a truck is easy and just, wiggling around there with your little small car? It's not fucking easy, bro.
Speaking of that, it is true, because when I play the fucking game, I swear to fucking God, everybody, don't fucking get in front of a trucker, because it fucking slows down my RPM, and then I have to fucking start all over again.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, dude, why the fuck are you going to brake check me? And then now I'm stuck in a freeway, and I got to start from zero. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like...
Well, can I tell you a story about that? Okay, well, first of all, anybody...
you don't have to talk about it.
Well,
we can move on. We can move on.
I want to apologize to everybody on Western Boulevard by K-Town. Yeah, that was a fucking experience. You might have seen a truck stalled a couple of times. That might have been me. But yeah, other than that, yes, man. Like, driving a truck is fucking... That shit's not no walk in the park. If you're going down a hill, you gotta get that momentum to go back up a hill.
Yeah, dude.
If you don't have that momentum, like, you lose it and you get stuck in the middle of the freeway going up like 2-3 miles per hour. If you're lucky enough, And I'm like, fuck, dude, that shit's no fucking joke. That shit's like really fucking hard. And
yeah. So again, like, if you ever see a trucker, the best thing you could do is flash him. Just give him something to inspire him. You know what I mean? Just give him a little flash. Like, You know, just do that little honking the horn sign, and then once he honks it, you know, give him a little flash. You know.
Yeah, because you know what I noticed though, like there's all these I know there's laws and there's like certain laws that you have to follow for you to follow, to follow on the freeway. Going down 55 miles per hour is pretty reasonable, but if you don't have a good momentum going up a steep hill, forget about it. That truck is not gonna go up a hill.
It is, but it's gonna take a long ass time.
Yeah, that
long. I'm talking like the revs to go up. That's why they have that's why most trucks have like their own dedicated lane, because it's a whole different thing. Like, tell me about it, bro. Yeah. Tell me fucking about it, dude. Like, yeah, when fucking people get in your way and they cut you off, and like, dude, I'm like, can you see I'm fucking going here, man? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, can you see I'm fucking going here? It's fucking annoying, dude.
No, yeah. I had a big scare, man. I honestly, I'm glad I didn't kill anybody on the freeway, this past week. But damn, that shit was scary, dude. Like, this goes back to like that one story we talked about, that one dude killing that one family, and I feel like getting, I was in jail because he, I guess he wasn't even drunk driving or tired or whatever. He just happened to kill some family, dude, and it's fucking sad. The fucking driving a truck is no fucking joke. It's a really fucking heavy ass work.
Yeah, they make it look easy in Terminator 2.
Yeah, or
it's not that easy, guys.
Or in Transformers, but that's just no fucking. It's not that fucking easy at all. Hell no. But yeah, moving on to let's move on to the next topic because I don't want to talk about that. I've been. I was trying
to move past.
I know. I've been pretty depressed about last week. So
I mean, you don't have to be depressed about it.
I know, but it's just a whole bunch of things accumulated. So but yeah, other than that, let's move on to the next topic. The next topic is so did you hear about the Twitch streamer that threw I guess he was giving out like PS5s at the Manhattan in New York.
Uh-huh.
And so then it cost like a whole bunch of kids to go to Times Square to get these PS5s.
Mm-hmm.
And then it ended up like causing a riot.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, dude, like it got out of hand, bro. It got really out of hand. It literally looked like a brawl fest, dude, of kids just getting down, people rioting.
That's like the worst formula, dude, because well, first of all, you explained it the best. It's a YouTuber. He's trying to get attention.
Yeah.
He's trying to get views, blah, blah, blah. So he's going to do the most outrageous thing.
Yeah.
But the thing is that you're luring a lot of kids out there with limited amounts of whatever. And then obviously some kids are going to be envious of the other ones that were able.
The ones that were able to get. I mean, I can only imagine if you did get one. Did you even make it out there with your PS5?
Yeah.
Like,
if anything, you're making it like a hostile environment for people to get shit. It's kind of weird.
The streamer was named is Kai Senet or Senet. But apparently he didn't even have like permits for the event. I guess he just made it a
showed up.
Yeah,
I think pop up.
Like a pop up thing. Like, oh, they show up for I think it was like 300 and something PS5s.
Oh shit.
And X amount of people ended up showing up.
That's so unsafe. If you're gonna do like something like that,
give out a raffle. Like just do some raffle. And
a raffle, but you could do it from home. You don't have to fucking make people. You could just fucking ship it to them.
Yeah, I mean, give Turkey, my boy, a PS5.
Yeah, give Turkey a PS5, dog.
Yeah, dude.
If any sugar mamas out there want to give me a PS5,
And the sugar mamas for Turkey. Yeah, Turkey definitely needs one. I mean, if anything, I'll trade you the Nintendo for the PS5.
I'll recite some lullabies for you to go sleep at night. You know what I mean?
Some lullaby what?
You know what I mean?
So what is that? Yeah, I'm actually glad we're podcasting today. I've had a long weekend where I just kind of like.
Really? It felt like a regular weekend to me.
I mean, it is a regular weekend.
Just a regular weekend.
I've been locked in my room.
I mean, a regular week. Oh, you mean weekend or week?
Weekend. Oh, the week was terrible, man.
Yeah, the week was pretty normal for me.
Well, the week was terrible for me. Honestly, like I said, I don't want to talk about it, but yeah, it was a long week, and I'm just ready to. I want next week to end already, and I haven't even started yet. But I'll bounce back. I'll be fine. Yes. But yeah, this weekend I just been locked in my room. I've been going on my walks and it's I cut it down from 5 to 3 because yeah, on the weekends it's pretty hard to do 5 mile walks.
5 to 3 miles.
Yeah, I've been doing 5.
So you don't do the circle?
No, I am, but I'm just doing my other walk. The first walks I started with it was 3 miles, but I went back this weekend just because I didn't walk on Thursday or Friday. I was hella tired. Thursday I came home and I just wanted to cry in my sleep, dude. I just wanted straight to sleep. Friday I was tired, but I went to a concert, and then Saturday and Sunday I just kind of walked in the morning my 3 regular miles. But yeah.
Oh, hey, what you think about the fight?
Oh, yes.
First of all, SummerSlam. Let's talk about.
Let's talk about SummerSlam.
It was pretty interesting, right?
So I mean, you missed out the first part.
I got there for the best part though.
No, I admit it. It's because the Jake Paul Ricochet fight. Jake Paul. Like I said, I don't really like Jake. I don't like the Paul brothers, but I'll tell you that Jake Paul in wrestling is just a different beast. He's so fucking good at what he dedicated himself to this, and he's really fucking good. Like whether you hate him or not.
How many matches did I?
You missed. I think you missed. Okay, so you missed the Ricochet and Jake Paul. I mean, yeah, Ricochet and Jake Paul. Ricochet lost. Jake Paul took it. Then after that, you missed Brock Lesnar versus Cody Rhodes.
I kind of want to watch that.
That one was cool. It was more like it was pretty cool. At the end, Brock Lesnar pretty much respected Cody Rhodes for his wrestling, blah blah blah. And at the end, they shook hands or whatever. That match was pretty cool. I think that storyline was pretty long. I think it should have lasted maybe 2 fights and 2 wrestling matches, and that's it. Not go to a third, but it is what it is. Then you missed the Battle Royal, which was like I think it was 30 men in the ring. It's like a Royal Rumble, but instead of coming out every 2 minutes, they just started it right away. My boy LA Knight took it.
I think that's a better approach because the other way it's like
it takes longer.
No, but the other way is too is like the last guy that comes in has the better chance, right?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like it's that pay per view is based on that. This match is just a match. Okay. It had like no resume. It had no like no reward towards the end. It's just more you get like a big pop at the end, and that's what you get.
Gotcha.
But yeah, LA Knight took that. Congrats to LA Knight, my boy. Yeah. Yeah, what match was after that? I think the Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. I can't remember.
That remember. One I'm not like
that one was
kind of boring.
Cringe.
Yeah,
boring.
That was boring.
That match should not have been that.
I think after that one is when it started ramping up.
Yeah, they should have not. They needed to add a women's title match onto that.
But another women's title. I can see what they wanted to do with the story, but it just didn't make sense.
Yeah, honestly, I'm pretty sure they
didn't have the same effect.
I got a feeling that there's gonna be another one, and Ronda's gonna take the second one. It's gonna happen. I already feel it. There's nowhere else. You can't cut the story. They're so short, unless they don't like it. People didn't find it interesting, and they'll just cut it. After that, you watched the women's title match, which was
Flair. Banks. No,
not Banks.
What's her name?
Charlotte Flair.
Belair.
And Asuka. Good fucking match. I really enjoyed that.
Dude,
one.
She fucking sold me on the knee injury, bro.
Yeah,
I was like, oh shit, she fucked her knee up.
That match, did
you hear the way she screamed?
Yeah, the way she screamed, she really sold it.
Yeah, like the scream actually sounded like she fucked up her knee.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I was talking about wrestling with my trainer over the week because I told him how I was like, because he asked me, what are you doing this weekend? I'm like, I think I'm going to watch the wrestling fights, the matches. And he goes like, I was like, damn, like, let me ask you, that's just fake, huh? I was like, yeah. Like, I always knew it was fake. But the reason I just say it because, like, a lot of people our age still watch it. He's like older than me. And he goes like, how do they choose the outcome? I was like, honestly, it's just, even if you're hated, you're still famous in a way. Like, in a way, wrestling, if you're hated, the more you hate it, the bigger the popularity you are, pretty much. Because that means if you're being hated for a reason, that means that they're actually putting attention to you, to what you're doing. So it's good. You know, like look at Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio. Like, dude, every time he picks up the mic, everybody right away bulls him. They don't let him talk. You can only imagine, dude, like getting that much feedback.
But I think I know why too, because he plays the annoying character. So everybody wants to shut him up like right away. Like.
But the thing though, he takes it in, and he knows he's the most hated wrestler at the moment. Like,
by the way, I've seen him in an interview. He looks pretty chill though. Like he looks pretty. He looks pretty.
Yeah, he's really cool.
He looks like he was raised right. I don't know if that makes any sense. He just looks like he's
very
humble.
Respectful. Yeah,
very humble, very respectful in the interview. Like I don't know if that's really the way he is, but like that's the feeling I got from him. His character on WWE and his real character don't even match. They're totally two different people.
But I mean, that's the thing, though. You know, like that's what wrestling is. You know, and he asked me like, "Oh, how do you how do you?" You know, you just kind of have to go with your heart. Like, you know, when it comes to making the decisions, like if you're wrestling is getting this much hate, then you gotta keep getting hated and what even more. Unless you really say something wrong on the mic and they really hate you for a reason, then that's something else. But if they hate you for like your character, then that's fucking great, you know. Yeah. And I saw this interview they did to him like over the weekend, and they asked him like, will you ever like will you ever get better? Will you ever talk back to your dad? Like, will you like reconcile? What's the word? Reconciliate with your dad? Is that the word I'm looking for?
Yeah, you're there.
Yeah, like, and he goes like, yeah, I wish I could, but he's no longer with us. Rest in peace, Eddie. I was like, fuck, that's fucked up. That shit was funny. It was like, dang, he's really he plays a part good, dude. He plays a good heel. Like, that's what it is.
But that's crazy. He goes to work with his dad. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean. Let's go to work, son.
No, I think he really got injured recently, so he's not injured right now. But I mean, he's injured right now. But other than that, after that match, what did we have? Oh yeah, Io Sky cashed in her Money in the Bank, which they played it really good. They played it really good. That cash in, and then it was the Seth Rollins versus damn, I'm forgetting all the names when I think about this. The Seth Rollins fight, with who again? Coup de grace guy. I can't remember his name right now. I'm blanked. But anyway, Seth Rollins took that one. Damian Priest fucked up the match. And then
yeah.
Then I just gotta say, I mean, all these are spoilers, but I don't think
it's fucking cool though.
The bloodline, fucking Jimmy betraying fucking
holy shit,
Jay,
dude.
That shit was so fucking good, dude. It's what I love about wrestling. It's just so fucking dramatic, dude. The suspense, a lot of times I don't even like the wrestling sometimes, but I like the storylines. Like, I hate the way what's his name? The tribal chief.
Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns. There, you see, I can't remember. Roman Reigns. I hate the way he wrestles. I hate how lame and slow he is. But the storyline that comes within the wrestling is the part, bro.
It is like a novela, dude.
Like, yeah, it's like a sick, never-ending novela with this one. It's so fucking good.
But I've always like looking at it as, okay, like I'm not really a fan. Like, I'm getting more into it the more I watch it, but like I still see it like as an outsider. So I feel like they focus more on the big story and not the smaller stories. The smaller stories are like, just make something up for these two to fight, or just make something.
Yeah,
up.
I mean, that's kind of how it works.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Back in the day, it just felt like it was all integrated. Like everybody was part. Like, it just felt like they were part of something bigger. I don't know. It was all like one unison story.
No, it really, it's almost the same still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you go back, there's a lot of still the same thing. Like, I mean, I think back then there was
way more charisma from wrestlers back then.
I mean,
they had more style, more individuality, and now it's like they're all scripted. You know what I mean?
Well,
like, majority of it.
Yeah, it's because what happened is once they went PG-13, they had to moderate those things. But It's going. I mean, dude, honestly, for me, for a guy who stopped watching wrestling because of how cheesy it got.
Hey, what got you back into it though?
During the pandemic, I started watching it again. Yeah. Yeah, during the
But
pandemic.
before the pandemic, you weren't really into it?
Nah, I had stopped watching for such a long time. And during the pandemic, there was, I think we had to
So
stop.
thank God for the pandemic,
Yeah, thank God for the pandemic.
Thank God for that, huh?
Yeah. Thank God. Yeah, dude, I started watching it. It was like the only thing that was really going on live for a while before they started bringing sports back on little by little.
Sports.
It's sports.
Sports.
And yeah, it got really good. And what else? Oh yeah, so then that was Jimmy Uso betraying Jay was wild.
That was fucking crazy.
I can't wait for SmackDown now.
You for those type of matches, you already kind of develop a sense like something was gonna happen, but like I didn't think it was gonna be his other brother. Like,
I remember I even told you his brother's gonna come out and help out with Solo Sikoa.
Yeah, you kept saying that he was gonna help him out.
Yeah,
but he came out and fucked him up.
Yeah, I was like, what, dude? That shit was so like everybody was like, fuck you, Jimmy.
Yeah, dude,
that shit was wild. But yeah, I think what's gonna happen in my opinion, Solo Sikoa is gonna team up now with Jay, and then it's gonna be Jimmy and Roman Reigns.
So, I don't know. I can see that happening, but it's still very divided.
Yeah, because I don't see him.
Because I don't even see Solo dedicated to Roman anymore either.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Because
remember there was that point where he speared him and he kept looking at him. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You speared me. Like, why the fuck you speared me? Like, he saw it as a betrayal, but like it was like So right now it's weird. It's like these 4 family members are all divided. They're not really, you know what I mean?
It's not really a bloodline.
They're not really a bloodline anymore. They're not intact anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I do even Michael Cole's reaction to everything just makes everything even better. Just the way Michael Cole's the announcer.
Oh, the one with the hat.
He's like, yeah, no, not the one with the hat. The one
with the glasses.
Yeah, the one with glasses. Like we always the way he calls these matches, like. He's definitely on top. For me, he's really up there with JR, the old dude with the hat, the cowboy hat.
Yeah.
He's really up there. I mean,
wasn't Taz an announcer for a while too?
Yeah, he's in AEW.
Oh, he went to AEW?
Yeah, he's in AEW as an announcer.
Oh.
Once in a while, he'll do something with the wrestlers. But
yeah. What about the guy, your boy, the one that had the podcast for a while, or has a podcast?
Stone Cold?
No, that he was an announcer. And then they try to make him to a wrestler, but I don't think he made the cut. What's his name? He has like a famous podcast, no? You say you watch it with a lot of wrestlers.
Oh, man, I'm trying to think about who it is. I mean, because a lot of wrestlers now have a podcast, so I don't know.
No, but he's an announcer.
Oh, it's the Corey Graves. The one that sits next to Michael Cole?
I don't think that's him.
He has a podcast. And he doesn't wrestle anymore. I don't know why. I think he didn't.
Nah, he's some young fool, young guy.
He's all tatted up.
Nah, some white guy.
I have to see who it is. I don't know. I can't think about it. Yeah, and then right after that, we watched the Jake Paul. No, not Jake Paul. Is it Jake Paul?
Yeah, Jake Paul.
Oh, I think I mixed up the name. Logan Paul was the one that wrestled. Jake Paul was. I always confuse their names. Jake Paul fought Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz, dude, that guy is a warrior. If you told me that he's, let's say he's 45 going against this young cat, I don't know how old he is now. I don't think he might be in his 30s now. I don't know. Like
35. Yeah, he's 38.
38?
Yeah, he's
close
38.
to 40s. If you told me that he was taking all those punches and he was still standing up that fucking tall, like. I mean, again, when we were watching it, like the moment I saw Nate Diaz come out, Nate Diaz looked like he was gonna get fumbled every fucking round, dude. Like he was gonna get thrown to the floor every fucking round. The way he was walking, the way, he's an MMA fighter. Sometimes you don't need to look that big. Sometimes it's just strategy. And dude, that guy was taking punches like a fucking tank. That dude was taking punches.
Yeah. It was an interesting fight, man.
I enjoyed it, actually. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would, too.
The beginning almost made you wonder, like, oh, I was already wondering. I was like, man, I wonder if all those people are, like, regretting buying that ticket to go. You know what I mean? Because it looked like it was going in Jake's behalf. But and then later, like, fucking Nick, dude. Like, that guy's a badger, dude. Like, he's a fucking...
Yeah.
He's like a fucking badger, dude. He doesn't give a fuck, dude.
The badgers don't give a fuck.
Dude, this motherfucker, like, he almost... The way he was approaching is like Mexican style, like in your face, like he's all the way up in your face. You know what I mean? Like, but that's because he knew he didn't have reach. Because even at the end of the fight, he was like, "Oh, he was just a bigger dude." You know what I mean? Like, he had way more. I mean, he just has more boxing tactic than fucking Nick. I mean, Nate, and then I think Nick is his brother, right? Nick Diaz.
There's two. There's two brothers too. Yeah.
Yeah. So Nate. Yeah.
Nate's the one that fought.
Yeah. But his brother's Nick, right?
I think so. Nick Diaz, yeah.
Yeah, but he was just explaining like this. I mean, of course, but I'm not gonna lie, kind of like bad for Jake, because even like even Nate I don't even want to say it's worse. Like he couldn't really get the job done.
You know,
you know what I mean?
The way that he approached the fight looks like he could have gotten the job done. But Nate Diaz is just a fucking...
But no. But what I'm trying to get at is like, okay, I understand Jake's a boxer, but like, I don't think he's a fighter. This is the difference. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he's developing and learning tactics, and he has good stance. He has good move around, good movement. He has good agility. He has good strategy. Jab, jab, punch, jab, jab, punch. He has good combos. But at the end, you could just tell, like, he's not a fighter at heart. I'm just going to be honest. Like, if you're a fighter, you want to... Like,
Jake, right?
Yeah, we're talking about Jake right now. And this is where the difference comes with Nate. Nate, he didn't have pretty much none of that.
Yeah.
But he still had that fucking dog in him. He was a fuck...
That dude had heart.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't have the physicality for it.
Again, I'm not... Look, I don't want to I don't want to overspeak or anything. I'm not like, because I don't know the dude, but like, I'm not saying he doesn't have heart. It's just he's going at it it's too much strategy. Like, there's not enough actual warrior in him. Like, no fight in him. I don't know if that makes sense. I feel like I'm confusing people right now.
I think you do. I think he does have a warrior in him. What he doesn't have is
I don't think it's warrior. Right. I think it's ego. I think
there we go. I think that's what it is. Maybe more of an ego.
I think he has ego, but I don't think he has warrior. Because you could tell somebody when you're in front of him and he could really fucking beat your ass. And you know what I mean? Like when you're in front of somebody, you get a sense that this motherfucker could beat your ass.
Yeah, you're like,
you already know. You have a sense not to fuck with that guy.
Yeah,
it's like Nate is one of those guys. Like if you were ever to be in his face, you wouldn't talk shit in his face.
Yeah,
unless you're trying to provoke him to get a fight. You know what I mean? Like. But then there's other people you could just go up to and you're like, oh, this, you know what I mean? Like, even if he's better at me, like, like you might get a punch here and there, but like he's not.
Yeah, you think you're right. Yeah, you're right.
I don't know. That's just my observation. Again, I'm not a boxer at all. I'm 500 pounds, so like I'm way far from that. You know what I mean? So, but it's just my observation. Like. But again, I'm not. He still won the fight. It still counts on his side, and it's on his record. I'm not talking shit, but it still looks bad, like really bad. Though, especially the way Nate was fighting.
Yeah,
it was pretty bad for Jake.
I felt. I know that's what I'm saying. Like I think that's what I'm saying. I was trying to get to. Like I felt the way that Nate came into that fight. I didn't think he was gonna go that far. But he definitely could have gotten knocked out if Jake had less of an ego and more of a boxer. You know what I mean?
And it was weird too because in the beginning, Jake was very concentrated. He was more about the fight. But then you could tell like Nate got to him because he was taunting him, and then you could see Jake's ego come out at the end. Like you think you're funny, and then you know what I mean. So it's almost like he took him out. He took him out of his own. Because he was trying to fuck with him. So it just tells you he still has a lot of maturity to go as a fighter. You know, not Nate. You could just tell Nate was just having fun with it. You could tell he was just
I guess like whatever it is.
It was just a payday for him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Definitely.
You could tell that straight. And I'm not saying like if he would have won it, it would have been different. I'm just saying like I honestly don't think Nate gave a fuck about that fight. You know, he just didn't give a fuck.
I mean, they're going for the rematch. They're going for that 10.
Oh yeah, but they're trying to take it to UFC fight.
Yeah, but I think I know why Jake Paul might actually do it because he's getting sued. He has like over like $9 million
for what?
I think he was like his dad's suing him for once.
What?
Yeah,
his dad was right there in the fight.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's that bald white dude. I think.
Really? Because I just saw this thing on his documentary saying that he would always say that his dad would like beat him up and shit. Like he would have like a. But then his dad came out saying like I never fucking touched him.
Yeah, dude, his dad was right there.
I don't know, but
I'm pretty sure that was his dad.
He has a documentary.
Kind of looked like him.
He has a documentary now on Netflix. I'm actually gonna watch it because Jake.
He has a documentary on Netflix.
He has a documentary on Netflix. Apparently, it's like an untold story about him.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that. I didn't even know he had a documentary, to be honest.
Yeah, apparently he would always say that his dad would abuse him, blah, blah, blah.
You know what? Look, again, I think he's just trying to cultivate a story for himself that he grew up in a bad environment. And look, I wasn't a fly in his house, so I don't fucking know. But you know, that's kind of like the story he's going for. You know what I mean? Like,
that's what is the problem child. You know?
Yeah, and that's why he's called the problem child. Exactly. I don't know. Again, I didn't. You know, we don't know their real life, so they could have struggled bad. I don't know, but they look fine.
Yeah, they look
rich.
I mean, they
look rich. They got money.
If fucking Logan Paul could go fight in fucking Detroit and then fly in a private jet within the fucking 2 hours just to go see his brother fight in fucking Texas Arlington, yeah, they're doing good for themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But if anything, you know, strategically for his career, I think Jake needed this because I totally forgot he lost the last match with an actual boxer. He actually went against a real boxer that time.
Oh yeah,
and he lost.
You know, that's what I'm trying to tell you. That
I mean, he didn't get knocked out or anything, but I
mean, at this point, Jake has more of a status in the boxing world than Nate. And for Nate to go that far in 10 rounds against the dude who's supposed to be a boxer now.
By the way, man, and this is not trying to be funny, but just taking a look at Nate, man. I don't think he's gonna age well, man. He looks decrepit already. He looks pretty beat up, like you could tell his body's gone through trauma, bro.
Yeah,
like even at the end when he was trying to talk, he was just mumbling, bro.
He sounded drunk.
You couldn't hear a word he was saying. Like he couldn't really like it's almost like he's taking too many shots. Like he has to retire already, man. Like,
well, I mean, I don't even know. Even Jake Paul was like looking at him like, "What are you saying?" Or like towards the end,
he
like,
definitely has to retire and go into deep recovery and just think about doing other things because. I mean, again, I'm no one to fucking say this, but observation, man, observation.
I'm kind of curious now. I wonder if he was on anything before going on that fight,
and just the way his body is, it's like it's so like it's just
like hunch or something.
It's so you could just tell he's been through a lot of physical pain in his life, man. I hope him the best, and he's always gonna be a UFC legend, man. This fight didn't mean shit to him. I don't think this shit dented a shit of his legacy.
Yeah.
If anything, he had the crowd. Even at the end, he had the fucking crowd. Everybody was going for him.
You know, that's what it is, dude. Like sometimes, you know, you win or lose with the guards. If your heart's in it, dude, you still win the crowd over, dude.
Exactly. And that's exactly what he showed. If anything. He actually just won that fight with pure heart, man.
If anything, he put Jake over. Like, he put him over by so much.
Yeah.
Because, like, just for him to be able to fucking, like, last that long. And actually, that fight was supposed to go 8 rounds. And he's
the one that pushed it to 10.
And he pushed it to 10. So that only tells you.
And apparently Jake hasn't even fought over 8.
Exactly. So I'm gonna tell you that only tells you like what he was willing to push, something that Jake hasn't even done with anybody else.
Yeah.
You know, and I think he only took it because Nate pushed it, and fucking Jake was like, "Well, this guy looks weak. I'm gonna fucking just box him, you know. I'm gonna kick him, you know." But
dude, I don't know, man. And dude, Nate Diaz is like more than 10 years older than him.
Yeah, I think he's 26.
He's like 20 something. Yeah, 25, 26.
Jake's 25, 26. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So it just shows, man. It just shows that all of that experience he's gained, not in the through the boxing. I mean, through the ring, but also that perseverance he's had, that fucking dog in you, you know, that fucking perro, you know. Oof.
Yeah, that dude really fucking took some you know, punch. And in the first round,
yeah, he knows how to scrap, man.
Yeah, in the first round, I was like, oh hell no. And then as he went on,
yeah,
he had a second, third, fourth.
I thought in that first one, I was like, oh man, this shit might end right now. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this shit might end right now. But in the second one, okay. And the thing that like it scared me the most is like his punches were like all uncoordinated.
Yeah, they were really short. But they were really jabs.
But then the more closer you look at, it's his body, man. It's his body. It's kind of like shrinking in. That's what but that's what I'm saying. Like his body has.
I'm only laughing because you're doing like these because you can't see it. You won't be able to see it on the podcast. But if you're with us and we had video, you'll see Turkey like kind of doing his little movement. It looks funny.
Yeah, but like you could just tell his body's atrophying like so bad, and that's what I'm saying. Like he needs to stop fighting now and go into deep recovery, go into like deep fucking therapy, like actual body therapy, like, and just try to fix up his body, man, because it's and you could tell he's taking too many.
That shit will crumble him.
Yeah, he's crumbling, man. That's what it is, and you could tell like mentally, he's those shots are getting to him a little bit. So it's only going to get worse if he keeps on fighting, man.
I mean, hopefully
this is like, this was just like, fight. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't even think he fights for UFC anymore.
Well, he's going to do a martial arts combat.
Oh, with Jake, huh?
With Jake. So they're going to do 1-on-1. So it's going to be 10 mil. So 10 mil for grab. So we'll see what happens.
Fuck, that's going to be interesting. That's definitely going to be in Vegas. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. That one has to be like a big gambling money for them. Yeah, it's wild. But yeah, with all that, like yesterday was just a wild day for that, dude. Especially in the wrestling world, man. I just can't get over it. I just can't wait for SmackDown. I can't wait for Raw.
Yeah,
should be fun. You got anything else to add for today?
No, that's enough for me today.
Yeah,
yeah. A couple shout outs.
Don't shout out the same people all the time.
Why not?
You get too many. They already get too many shout outs. Shout out new people.
That's all the people I know.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to the homie here for not leaving. And
you wanted me out, bitch.
No, I didn't.
You're like, oh man, when is he leaving? That's what you said.
No, I just thought it was funny that you kept saying you were gonna leave. You never left. It's just getting annoying. I mean, I never wanted you gone. You kept rubbing it in everybody's face like, hey, I'm leaving. I'm like,
well, because I assumed that was gonna happen, and at this point, I probably, yeah. I mean, right now, who knows who the fuck would I have been?
Hey, but you know what? It's actually good that you stayed, because that first episode as the Parallel Boys, it had to be with you, bro. You know what I mean?
But it wouldn't have happened if I wasn't here, though, would it?
I think, yeah, we already changed the name without, you know what I mean? We would have definitely changed the name. You gonna leave me hanging or what?
Oh, sorry. I thought you just.
Are you blind too or what?
I thought, no.
Are you blind?
No, I thought you
were using my hand right here? I was reaching at you.
I thought you were using your hand as
I was looking straight at you. You were looking at.
See, it looks like you're pointing at me like you're trying to get my attention.
No, I dab up.
Dab up.
All right. Yeah. So shout out to Oso Mayor. He's in fucking Dallas right now. He's where JFK got. Actually, that was disrespectful. Yeah, that's actually another topic. That's actually a topic I want to talk about in another podcast. But yeah, that's not funny. I'll take that back. And,
I'm only laughing because you just thought me so.
And shout out to Oso Menor, Manny Elefantes. Shout out to Pistol Sweetheart. Shout out to all the other listeners. Hey, we have listeners. We have a listener in Salt Lake City. He's giving us a lot of fucking listens out there. I don't know if it's a he or her, but shout out to them. Shout out to someone in New Mexico that's listening. Shout out to somebody. We have a lot of people in Arizona listening. So shout out to them. We have a bunch of people in California up north too. Shout out to them. We have someone in Brazil too. I don't know who the fuck you are. I don't know if you understand what we're saying, but shout out to them too. And am I missing something? Nevada. Oh, Utah. No, I already said Utah. Utah is Salt Lake City, right?
Yeah.
I think Idaho too. Nah, Idaho. I think that's it for now. I really got to go through all the demographics and give you guys a full shout out. But shout out to all you guys for listening and take cares out there. Be safe. Read shit that matters. You know what I mean? Like stop looking at the news. You know what I mean? Stop listening to stupid ass podcasts. You know, with people that just say they're gonna leave and they never leave. Shout out to Betty and her podcast. We might be on her next episode, so stay tuned. Go check her out. It's called Be Boss Coaching, right?
Be a Boss
Coaching podcast on Spotify. I don't know if she's on YouTube yet. Go check her out. Check out Dead Letter with fucking Francisco Villa, the Immortal. I don't know what's his name now, you know.
Frank the Tank.
Shout out to Two Mexicans, One Mic.
Shout out to Mexicans, One Mic.
What else? Shout out to our podcast community is small, dude. But shout out to all you motherfuckers. And be blessed. Stay nice, stay fresh. And yeah, you got anything to say?
No, I think all those shout outs are great. Shout outs to the truckers out there, guys.
Shout out to them truckers, dog.
Yeah, you guys.
Thank you for that shout out, bro. Yeah. Dude, at this point, I've logged in more hours than you, right?
Pretty much. You pretty much have. Also, a reminder. All of our socials have now changed from a parallel discussion to the parallel boys. So
the only thing that hasn't changed though is the email.
The email.
We'll update that sometime.
Yeah.
Soon.
For now.
I mean, it's not like no one cares, right?
Yeah. So it's not like we've got.
It's not. No one's in a rush to like fuck it. No one's that fucking Kermit fucking meme. Like he's fucking at the typewriter and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like.
I forgot. Shout out to the squirrels out there. I almost ran over
the tree rats. Shout out to the tree rats.
I almost ran over a fucking squirrel today. You guys stay nutty out there, man. I don't know what to say. Well, you gotta make that face though. And again, so yeah, follow us on the Parallel Boys on Instagram and on YouTube and on Spotify.
Hey, you know what we gotta do? One more thing.
Go.
I think we have to make a song like the Usos have for the Parallel Boys.
Parallel boys.
Yeah.
Parallel.
We'll work on boys. We'll work on it.
Yeah, I'll be sick. Yeah, because they actually sang their own theme song.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna print a shirt, bro. The Parallel Boys.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Well, I mean, wait till I get money. I'll go ahead and start making.
You're gonna be swimming in that cash pretty soon, huh?
Hopefully.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. Hey, thank you for listening, and you got the sign off.
Yes. Again, follow us on the Parallel Boys on Instagram, YouTube, and on Spotify.
That's it right now.
On Spotify. Go ahead and give us a like, give us a follow.
There's a fucking skunk around here, huh?
No, I think you're.
No, it's the skunk.
That's tortillas, bro. It's more like tortillas.
Oh, it is tortillas, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, yeah, go ahead and give us a shout. I mean, don't give us a like, give us a follow, and thank you guys for all those listeners that are listening to out there. And thank you guys. Peace.
Peace.